everybody. Debbie Gutierrez here on Cooking with Debbie and her friends. And today is a bonus episode. So I want to just talk to you a little bit about some things you can do to cut down some stress in the kitchen, or you can enjoy these activities and just enjoy them stress-free. Do you know what I mean? I do this activity and I put a movie on that I can listen to, or a podcast or some music. And this is the activity I do. What is it? It's juggling. No, it's slicing up fruits and vegetables so they're all ready to go in the fridge and I can just pull them out. Now, I know you can go to the store and you can buy carrots and celery and fruit and other kinds of vegetables all chopped up and ready to go. And trust me, I have done that. It is very convenient. But if you're watching your pennies, which I am right now, and maybe you are too, it is much cheaper to buy fruits and vegetables whole, bring them home, washy, and then cut them up and store them. So, lemons and limes. Now, I found some fresh limes today, and they were 3 for $1, which was great. And the lemons we got from our friend Clifta up the street. She has a lemon tree, so we were able to get some fresh lemons. We're really lucky in our neighborhood because we have somebody that has oranges, somebody who has kumquats. We have avocados, and they're awesome, and I'll tell you more about that. But we have avocados growing in our backyard, and we just kind of share with everybody. So what I'm doing is I'm cutting up some lemon. And you know what I bought the last time I was at the store is I bought lemon juice in the cute little lemon thing, and lime juice in the cute little lime squeezy thing. In case you can't get fresh lemon or lime, you can just squeeze it right out onto your food or in a cocktail. You know, maybe for a Bloody Mary, need that lime. So I have my lemons right there, ready to go, all cut up, so they're ready to go. Had to hand it over to somebody with stronger hands. And now I'm gonna cut up some lime, and I'm manhandling my fruit. I'm just rolling them a little bit and getting them a little juicier so that I can cut them. And your fruit and vegetables should be ripe before you cut them and put them in the refrigerator. If they need to be on your countertop a little bit longer, then by all means, keep them there until they're nice and ripe. In fact, I'm making a dish this week. That's why I'm cutting all this stuff up for this week's episode of Cooking with Debbie and her friends. And so I'm cutting all this stuff up now so it'll be quicker when I do my show. And what's the matter?
Well, it bothers me a little bit that this is slipping as much as it is, and I don't want you to cut yourself. So what I'm going to do... Nope, we're just going to keep going. So if this happens to you, here's an excellent way to fix this.
Stop!
Nope, I'm serious. Just take a couple of pieces of tape and put it on the underside so that it doesn't slip around. Watch, you'll see. And I'm not going to do it on all 4 corners, although you could. And then, look at that.
What it is I've got these placemats. This is the green one, which means this is for fruit and vegetables. I have them in different colors. They go right into the dishwasher, and only one type of food should be cut on those. And then I've got my big cutting board underneath. So these are the limes, and I have cut those up, and he is going to... Now, if your fruit needs to be ripened, let it ripen on the counter. A good rule is however it was stored in the store, that's how you store it. If it was refrigerated in the store, you refrigerate it at home. If it was out and dry on shelving, then keep it like that. But once your mango goes ripe, because I'm going to cook with a mango, once it goes ripe, you got to put it in the fridge. Let's go back to lemon and limes. They can live in these little containers for probably 5 to 7 days. Your avocado, as soon as it's ripe, I'm sorry, you gotta eat it or make guacamole, and I've got a recipe for you for that. All right, so this mango is not ripe. I'm gonna leave it on my counter for another day or so, and once it's ripe, I'm gonna go ahead and cut it up and store it in my refrigerator, and it can stay in the refrigerator 2 to 3 days. So that's about fruit that we have ripening on the counter. Now, I'm going to take this off because this is for my fruit and veggies, and we're gonna put that into the dishwasher. Oh, hello, celery. This is my celery. My husband already washed it. That's the way that we do shopping. I do the grocery shopping. I bring everything home. I run upstairs and I shampoo and I take off all my clothes and make sure they get into the laundry and my shoes and everything. And I do all the grocery shopping. And then my husband, he empties out the bags and he cleans all the everything, every can down to our last piece of, fruit. But celery. So this celery is perfectly clean and ready to go. But I don't chop it in advance because it gets really dehydrated fast. So celery is usually a pretty quick chop. And so, oh, it smells so good. And it's a pretty quick chop. So I wouldn't cut it and store it ahead of time because if you do, you have to put it in water. If your celery is losing its life, you just put it in water, a glass of cold water, and it can live in your fridge. So you can do that. So the celery is going to go right back into the refrigerator. And I also have some cilantro that was washed, and you can put this in a mason jar right there. In fact, I'll do it right now. Can I have a mason jar? Thank you. And he's going to fill it up with some good water. This is funny about cilantro. I've been married to my husband for 100 years. And the other day I said, oh, I couldn't make this dish because I didn't have any cilantro. And he goes, oh, I hate that stuff. I'm like, what? After all these years? Because cilantro isn't the kind of thing that you can pick out. If you don't like it, it's in there. The taste is in there. So my cilantro can live right here on the countertop for probably 3 or 4 days. Be a good judge. If it's getting slimy, it's time to get rid of it. You can also find dried cilantro in the seasonings, and that has worked for me in a pinch. And also, I'm going to show you how to make something this week. Sans cilantro for the cilantro haters, and with cilantro for the cilantro lovers. So I'm going to keep this over here. All right, now I've got a different cutting board. I'm going to get a different knife, and I'm going to cut my bell peppers. I was telling my husband before we went on air, we have a friend, Sally Lapidus, and she is so talented and wonderful. And she had a fruit bowl, and it was so funny because I saw a piece of fruit with about 10 stickers on it, because whoever ate a piece of fruit, they would just put the sticker right there on some poor piece of fruit that got custody of it all. Funny thing about those stickers, you can eat them. I wouldn't recommend it, but if your kid accidentally swallows a sticker, it's not going to kill them. They're made to be ingested if they happen to be ingested.
The ink and the sticker. The
ink and the sticker. So what I have here too is just a bucket. It's just a bucket. I have a piece of I have a plastic bag in there that I'm keeping all my peelings in. Some people might be, what do they call that when they make a little garden?
Composting.
Composting. That could work right there in your composting garden. Again, all of these bell peppers that I'm cutting up right now, they were already washed. You want to get the seeds out, and I'm going to make something with these this week that I need strips, and I'm going to make something that I'm going to need them chopped.
What are you making, Debs?
I'm going to make fajitas, which is why I need it cut matchstick wise. And then in another dish, I need them chopped, which is easy to do once they're in slices. But today I'm just going to slice them all up, put them all in a bag. Now, a bell pepper can live in your refrigerator in a sealed bag for 2 to 3 days. All your bell peppers, no matter what color, they can all live in the fridge for 2 to 3 days. Sometimes you can find a little bag of bell peppers, the tricolor with all of them in there already. Little ones. They're a little sweeter than regular bell peppers. So if you want a sweet bell pepper, the little mini ones will be just fine. Those are the ones you see on vegetable trays. All right, we almost got the red one all cut up. Now, let's see. Let's take a vote.
What about freezing?
Oh, you can freeze all your fruits and vegetables. I was surprised when I looked up onions. Onions can live in the fridge for months.
Fridge or freezer?
Freezer, for months. I'm wondering, do I want to put all the bell pepper in one bag?
You're going to use it for my fajitas.
I know. I think I'm going to put them all in one bag, let them all live together, because I think they'll all play well. I won't do that with my onions, and I certainly won't do it with a white onion and a red onion. Actually, they're called brown onions, even though they're white on the inside. I'm not going to do that with the onions, because they're two different flavors. Sometimes I cook with a Spanish onion, and they're a little rounder than the brown onion. And the Spanish onions are really, really good, and they're sweet. And I have a turkey recipe that I use a Spanish onion, and it is delicious. I've got such an easy turkey recipe. I can't wait to share it with you, because I found a turkey. I found a turkey in my freezer. Now remember, everybody, our family has a big freezer. We always have, because I am a traveling performer. And so I would be gone for, weeks at a time, sometimes up to 2 weeks at a time. And so it was just easier for my family to have that freezer full of either foods that they could go to or foods that I already cooked. So, cutting up my green bell pepper here.
Did you tell everyone why you're wearing the gloves?
Why am I wearing gloves? Well, because I'm going to get to the onions pretty soon, and my skin is real porous, as is everybody's, and I don't want to have onions on my hand all day. And again, I just want to state that these vegetables have all been scrubbed and ready to go, pulling out any membranes or seeds here. And let's see. I'm hoping my husband can edit this so you don't just watch me chop up
It's actually pretty satisfying
6 bell peppers.
to watch this. There are, I don't know, Pilar watches it, these videos where people just cut up things, or like they'll eat ice, and there's this sound of it that people like. I don't know what it is, but this is almost hypnotizing watching you do this.
Well, you know what? The reason I wanted to make this a bonus episode is because I'm going to use all this stuff for the week. So why not just cut it once and then store it? And it's better than pulling out my chop board every single time I have to cut something up and wash it all over again.
So when you did your meal planning, you said, I've got 2 dishes that I can use all this stuff for.
Right. Because remember, we're still, I don't want to be negative. But we are in the middle of a pandemic, and nobody wants to be at the grocery store longer than they have to be. So, you want to go, you want to get things done. If you forgot something, you're going to have to find a substitute. Nobody has we're not going to be running down because we forgot a mango, And because I almost forgot my mango, and I realized, oh, I've got some frozen mango in the fridge. I don't know if it'll work with the recipe that I am going to be using. I tell you what, I'll give it a try though. I'll do fresh, and I'll do a frozen mango to see how that goes. So I enjoy this. I enjoy my time chopping and dicing and baking. When I bake, I pray for the people that I am baking for. So if it's for my writing class, I'll bake cookies or cake or whatever, and I'll pray for those people in my writing class for success, for peace, for clarity. And when I do my cutting and chopping here for dinner, I think about my family and I pray for them too. Or if I'm sharing a meal, sending a meal to my mom or to the neighbor or to our daughter, I pray for her too. It's just kind of a nice little way to focus on what you're doing. You can have a movie on in the background. You can listen to a podcast. Look how beautiful. Is that beautiful? It's beautiful, right? So pretty. You can have a podcast back there while you're slicing away. And again, you can buy this already done in the grocery store, and which is fine. Like I said, I've done it before when I needed to get things done right away and I didn't have the time. But you know what? We all kind of have the time now. Or maybe you don't. Maybe you're a busy parent doing homeschooling, or there's a lot of people still working, and maybe the last thing they want to do is chop and dice. You know what you can do, peeps? you can go to the store on the weekend, bring it all home, wash it, and while it's out, go ahead and chop it all up so it's ready to grab it, so you can just meal plan and go. I don't know how many people are still eating fast food or eating out at work, you know, picking up your food. I guess all food is to go now. But, you know, you can do all this on a Sunday or a Saturday and meal prep everything for Monday so it's all ready to go. While I'm doing this, I want to let you know, too, if there's anything you want to see me hear me talk about, or give me a recipe to try, or you tried something, we have this wonderful video of our friend Filippo Finara. He had a really great little Italian restaurant for years called Finara's, and it is really, really, he's just amazing. He's got these wonderful recipes. Anyways, I'm trying to get a hold of him to see if he could share a video, because he actually made a version of the fried rice I made. And that's the idea of this show, you know? And then a friend of mine, Diana, she shared with me, hey, I've got clam juice and clams. I'm going to make that dish. So here you go. Here's my bell pepper. I'm going to put it in here. I have two kinds of freezer Ziploc bags. I have regular Ziploc, which this is one, because these bells can live there for 2 to 3 days, as I said. If I was freezing them, I would put them in a freezer bag. So I do have freezer bags and just regular bags. So here's my bell pepper ready to go. Next on deck is going to be my red onion. Some people love red onions, some people not so much. I was watching The Pioneer Woman. I just love her. I just love Ree Drummond. She's just, I get her, you know. And I love watching her show right now because her kids are producing and filming. And oh my gosh, she's doing things like setting things on fire accidentally and forgetting ingredients. I'm telling you, producers are worth their gold when it comes to a cooking show. And she was talking about her mother-in-law. And she said her mother-in-law would eat a red onion just like that. Just slice it up and eat it like that. Red onion is not only really flavorful, it's also pretty to throw into a salad, or I'm going to throw it into a cold salsa for, you'll see. It's going to be good. Let's see. Do I want to leave this sliced, or do I want to chop it up? You know what? Executive decision. I'm just going to go ahead and slice this, and if I need some chopped, I'll pull it out. I'm halfway there, right? I'm halfway there to chop it up. So here goes our red onion. Almost done there. Careful, nobody wants to be going to the emergency room. How many of you have told your kids that, or your husband? Hey, watch out! We can't go to the emergency room. We can't go to the hospital. Got my bag that says red onion. Get that in there. So like I said, I'll pull it out for slices when I need it. I'll pull out what I need to chop if I need to chop. But look I'm halfway there.
Now, is that going to stink up the whole fridge, or in that particular bag, will it keep it?
In this particular bag, it'll keep it fresh and odor-free, but you do want to put it in your veggie drawer. Not just right there next to, you know, leftover lemon cake. You want to put this away and in the veggie drawer. If you want, you can even put you can double bag this and keep it in your fridge. But I'm going to use this for the next 2 or 3 days, and it'll go right into my veggie drawer.
I also noticed that you've got the date on there.
I do.
Is that because you may want to put that into the freezer?
If I wanted to put it in the freezer, I would put it in a freezer bag. But I'm just in the habit of writing on everything. You know, we send food to our daughter because she works really hard, and we told her, and she's an essential employee, and so I tell her to just focus on work. Just focus on work, and we will help feed you. Plus, it lets me get out there and see her and drop off some food, and I really enjoy doing that. So I'm used to marking all my bags, because you have a roommate, you're going to have to mark up your bags and let you know. Also, if this thing goes to the back of your fridge, you want to be able to know, hey, when did I put that in there? But it's especially good on your freezer bags. You want to put those dates on there. All right. All right. Here comes the onion. I'm going to do this the same way I did the red onion, where I'm going to do slices, and when I need it diced, I'm halfway there. Now, Onion is something that I have gone to the store and bought it pre-sliced because it was worth it to me. So this onion I'm going to use in fajitas, and I'm going to use it in chili. We're going to do something that, we're going to do double batch cooking on the weekend, and that's going to be another bonus episode. And let's see, I've got some little skin there. Yeah, that's my white onion, my brown onion. White onions are different. White onions are boiling onions, people call them. Also, get powdered onion, granulated onion, powdered garlic, granulated garlic, celery salt. These are all wonderful to put into your dishes when you can't get the fresh. And one reason I'm cutting all this up, and the reason I planned the meals that I planned, is I need to use all my fresh first. We're going to use all the fresh first. So I've got those. This is my brown onion. And again, if I need to chop this for any reason, I can just go ahead and grab some slices and chop because I'm already halfway there. Now we're going to find a place for all of this. Gosh, I hope I'm not boring people. I should tell a joke.
Tell them some jokes.
I don't know a joke. Usually when I cut onions, I listen to something sad so I can cry. Like that.
How is it? I feel like crying right now too.
Do you? Because of the onions?
Yeah.
You like when they're cooking. All right. So I've got my limes, my lemons, my red onion, or purple onion, people call them, brown onion, and the trifecta of bell peppers right there. I'm not going to bother to cut any garlic or mince any garlic. And I have to tell you, I know that they do sell the garlic minced already, and I know it changes some people's lives. But for me, just for me, I found that the minced garlic, no matter how many times I closed that jar tight, it tended to make everything in my fridge smell like garlic. So, and they're so teeny tiny, and the trick I learned from Chef Jose Andres was basically smash your garlic, skin and all, and throw it into dishes that you don't need to sit there and dice each little piece depending on the dish. So today's episode was about prepping your food, slicing, dicing, chopping, and dancing. Because I put music on and I dance, but we can't do it for this because of the music rights. But, you know, find yourself a mental space. Maybe you're watching a movie. Maybe you have the kids just sitting there doing homework. Maybe you listen to music like I do. Or maybe you pray or you meditate over the people that you're making food for. That's always a beautiful thing. So I am going to get all this stuff stored into the crisper part of my refrigerator. And you guys come back tomorrow and Thursday because you're going to see all this stuff again. It's going to be a lot of fun. Bye, everybody.